It's now football season. I'm going to show you how to make some snacks that you can snack on while watching the games. These are football tacos. Keep watching and see how to make them. The first thing we need to do is start off with some puff pastry, or you can use some crescent rolls. If you do use the crescent rolls, I do suggest using the full sheet, not the ones that are perforated into little triangles. So take our puff pastry, we're going to open it up, and we're just rolling out our puff pastry. Once you have it rolled out, we got to cut them into little football shapes. Now, I don't have a cookie cutter that is the shape of a football, but what you can use is a paper plate. As you can see right here, I just drew it and cut out a little football shape. You can make it as big or as small as you want. And I'm just going to use that as my guide and just try to use every bit of this stuff. And you can use either a pizza cutter or just a regular butter knife and cut out the shape you want. Just like that. And there's one of them. And as you see, it looks like a football shape. As I cut them, I'm going to take them and lay them on a cookie sheet that is lined just like so. So a useful tip here is I did find putting a little bit of cooking spray on here and wiping it off helps keep it from sticking to the dough. Also keep in mind too that you can roll this back up, flatten it down, and use all these little scrap pieces to keep making more of them. Remember, it takes 2 of these to make one of our football tacos. These are all done. I got them on my baking sheet. I am preheating my oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And now what I need to do is brown some ground beef. I'm only going to brown a little bit of ground beef because I'm only making a few of these. But if you're making it for a party, do 2 to 3 pounds of ground beef. All right, so when your meat is all browned, we're going to turn it off and strain the meat. Okay, so I strained the meat and then I added a little bit of water to this because we're going to add our taco seasoning. And it does require some water. I'm not going to use this whole packet because I only used a small amount of ground beef. So I'm just going to cover a little bit of it and just eyeball it. Turn the heat back on just a little bit and mix this through just for a few minutes. All right, so now that you're sure all the seasoning has mixed in good with the meat, we can turn off our stove. Okay, our meat is all done. I'm just going to put that aside. Now what we're going to do is fill each of these with our meat. Well, not each of them, only half of them. So I'm just going to take about a tablespoon and fill one of these with our meat. Try to stay away from the edges the best you can. And I like cheese, so I'm going to put some cheese on there now. I do suggest, however, if you're going to put condiments on there, such as like sour cream or onion or tomato or lettuce or anything like that, wait till the end for that. Especially if you're doing this for a party, because then they can make whatever they want. That way, if they don't like onions, then it's not in there. Now, that one is full, so I'm going to take the other one, and I have a cup of water here, just a little bit of water. I'm just going to go around the edge with my finger, dipping my finger in there with that water. This is going to help seal it. You could also take a fork and press it in around it. You might want to expand this a little bit with your fingers and just press them in just like so. And make sure you get a good seal. It almost looks like a dumpling at this point. You can flatten it out a little bit to make it more like a football. And that's one. We can do that with the rest of them, and that will be it. All right, my oven has reached 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and these are all done. I made 5 of them. Let's put it in the oven for anywhere between 10 to 12 minutes. All right, they're all done. It did take 12 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit to make these. You can see they're browned nicely. If you wanted them a little more browned, you could just take an egg wash and wash it on the top before you bake them, and that will brown them up nicely. Now we're just gonna let them cool a little bit before we dress them up. All right, so here they are, all plated up to look nice with our lettuce on the bottom of a plate. I have 5 of them. What I need to do now is draw on the football laces. We're gonna do that using some sour cream. Now you can use the kind that comes in a big tub and that's fine, but I am gonna put this into a Ziploc bag because this nozzle is quite thick and I want a thinner line. Sometimes it's good to practice on something first before you do this. Make sure they're cooled down enough so that when you put this on here, it doesn't just melt. We're just gonna draw a line. And then we're gonna draw lines across. And that's all we gotta do. And that's it. These are our football tacos. These are amazing. They're perfect for football parties or any kind of football event. It's really cool. And everyone can dress it up whichever way they like. Now for the football deviled eggs recipe. The first thing we need to do, make these, is start with a pot, fill it all the way up high enough, that way it covers all the eggs that you put in there. We're gonna take this over to the stove, heat it up until it becomes to a rapid boil. Now I know this is done a different way than most people do, where they put the eggs in first. Not me, I do it this way so the eggshells come off easier. All right, when our water comes to a rapid boil, we're gonna take 2 of our eggs straight from the refrigerator, use something to put it in there, and slowly lower them in. There we go. And I'm only going to do 8 eggs. Now we want them in there for anywhere between 13 and 15 minutes. All right, it's been 13 minutes. I'm going to turn off my heat and then we're going to bring these over to an ice bath. So we've hard-boiled our eggs for about 13 minutes. I am going to take them out 2 at a time and immediately put them into an ice bath. It's just a bowl filled with ice cubes. This is going to stop them from cooking continuously. And I have some more ice cubes here to pour on top. And we can leave them in this ice bath for 10 to 15 minutes, and that should do the trick. As you see, the eggs sat in the ice bath, and now they are nice and cold. They did stop cooking, of course. We're going to move this aside, and I'm just going to put some paper towels down because we are going to break open these eggs. To crack them open, just crack them, go around the middle here, and the shell comes off nice and easy because of the way we hard-boiled these eggs. Look at that, perfect. Now just cut these eggs in half, long ways, just like so, and then we're gonna dump in the yolk right into a bowl. All right, now we're gonna take these, move this aside, bring in our bowl of egg yolks and mash them down. Then I'm going to use about 3/4 cup of mayonnaise. Next, about 1/8 cup of mustard. You can use Dijon if you like. I'm just using regular yellow mustard. And then just mix it up. Next, we're going to take our eggs one by one, each half anyway, and we're going to fill it with the filling. Make sure you not just fill the void there, but also go onto the white part. Fill it really good. And then we're gonna come to our plate here, which I have some bacon bits on there. You could buy bacon bits from the store, or you can just make your own bacon crumbled up. I did find it hard to turn the egg back right side up after I turned it upside down, so I do recommend just pouring the bacon bits on top of the egg sitting there. All right, so now that they're all covered with the bacon bits, we're just gonna draw on our football laces. And I'm just using some mayonnaise in a little bag here. One line this way. And then across. And there you go. Now we're gonna do our taste test. First, I'm gonna try our little taco footballs. Amazing. Next, we're gonna do our little football devil eggs. So good. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Also hit that big red subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to get new videos all the time. Check out this video right here. And until next time, I'll see you. I can't talk. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed watching me make these, football snacks, if you like, you enjoy these videos, you're getting new videos all the time. I can't even talk. Whew.